50% of estate agents will be self-employed by 2034. Today, I'm joined by Mark Hinkins, who is Head of Sales for Rex CRM. Mark is very well known in the industry, posting out some very thoughtful stuff on LinkedIn. Please do check him out. This one caught my eye. 50% of agents will be self-employed by 2034. Talk to me.
Yeah, so it's still 10 years away, but at this point, the growth that we've seen over the last 5 years is astronomical, is growing at a substantial rate. And I think, although there will be a ceiling at some point, I think we'll get to about 50% in the next sort of 9 to 10 years. And there's a couple of reasons behind that. Firstly, with the advance of the models that we're seeing and the advance of the new agents that are coming to the market, particularly from outside of the UK.
Oh.
So the launch of the IADs in the world, and obviously the first movers in this space being Keller Williams and EXP really, and they're still growing substantially, a lot of these. I think what is really being seen is a way in which agents who are top performers within a branch somewhere have kind of reached their ceiling, don't want to go into management, but want to really open up more of an earning potential. And particularly what we're seeing is greater relationship building, so that these agents are building their own individual brand, even when they're working for someone else. And they are the valuable piece in this jigsaw, not necessarily the actual high street estate agency that they're working for, which means that if they are leveraging that in a journey within 18 months, 2 years before they actually launch, they're really going to hit the ground running and be someone who is a successful self-employed agent at that point.
I've been banging on about this for years. I predicted 30% by somewhere in the order of around 2030. So I'm not, so we're in the same sort of ballpark. And I did that 4 years ago. So might even been 5 years ago. So we'll see how we get on that one. The biggest fear of those agents moving across is whether they'll actually be able to keep things afloat whilst they're waiting for the other one, and for it to kick in. And you talked about hitting the ground running. Do you think agents should be fearful of not having enough money?
Yes, but it largely depends on who they're going with and how much preparation and how confident they are in themselves. So we've already seen a bit of an evolution in the model this year with some of those broker models offering a percentage listing.
The Agency UK.
Exactly,
yeah.
Who I think it's a fantastic move, and it really shows their confidence in the training and the training they'll put forward, and also the support that they'll give their agents. They're not just going to give 30% away on listing to someone that they don't have confidence in without them really offering an amazing service to their agents.
You talked about creating a personal brand before, 12, 18, 24 months. Again, something I've been banging on about for years. What's holding people back doing that? Or are you seeing more of that?
Starting to see more of that. Now, I'd always be really apprehensive of an agency that you are working for who are preventing you from building your own personal brand. Because even if you stay within that agency, personal branding is going to be so much more important than it already is at the moment, and it is important at the moment. It's going to be so much more important in the next 4, 5, 6 years. So I think you really should be, whatever your intentions, building your own personal brand.
Even if you stopped within your existing network of being an employed agent, it's going to help you. What sort of content do we need to be chucking out for personal brand? And I do know the answer here, but I want to,
So it's not a case of just blowing your own trumpet, or however you want to phrase it. It is basically presenting yourself as the expert in your area. So
talking about what?
Talking about the local housing market is probably the easiest place to start. So you've got a captive audience of 20 to 30,000 chimney pots and people who live in that area. Really, really simply just start posting on social media of what's going on in the local market. What are you seeing? Joining Facebook groups, answering questions.
The big one is Facebook groups, because if you join a Facebook group, whereabouts are you from, Mark?
I'm from Torquay.
Okay, so do you live there?
Not anymore.
Where do you live now?
Central London now.
So if you were in, say, a Torquay agent, if you join, who's the only people that join Torquay Facebook groups? People from Torquay. Where do 100% of Torquay homeowners live? Torquay. Yeah. And you post as yourself, not as your firm. Yeah, but do you think agents should just ask permission of their boss or just get on with it?
Just get on with it. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
I think the magic thing is, my advice to anyone thinking, should I ask permission? Well, if you're asking your boss whether you can do it, they're fucked up, excuse my French. Because if you do wrong, you can blame the boss, and if they do right, they look a prat.
Yeah.
My advice would be to join local Facebook groups and just do stuff like, this is what's happened to house prices in Torquay in the last 12 months. How do you get that information? We have this website called the Land Registry.
It's also
it's
a great
easy.
Absolutely. It's also just a great opportunity to help you leverage your interactions with other businesses as well. If someone asks, can you recommend an estate agent? If you're not an estate agent, if you can you recommend an electrician? And you are bolstering the profile of one of your colleagues or your friends or whoever it is, you're answering that question, you're visible, and you're supporting other local businesses.
Yeah, check out something called Digital Mayor, ladies and gentlemen. It's basically, digital means online, mayor, local important person with chain round neck. Create content to big up the flower shop or the coffee shop. And you can say, well, what's that got to do with selling houses? Nothing. But you're focusing on a local community where all your homeowners live. Bang on. Mark, that's been truly exceptional. Thank you for that beautiful insight. And we'll come back in 2034 and see if we've got 50%. Who knows?
Thanks, Chris. I'll hold you to that.